Year after year, we hear pledge after pledge about removing dangerous cladding from hundreds of buildings in London. But 7 years after the Grenfell fire, thousands live in constant worry, with many homes still wrapped in flammable material. Today, there was more disturbing detail about the scale of the task ahead. Hundreds more homes than first thought need urgent safety work, and residents living in limbo might have to wait at least another decade before anything gets fixed, at a cost of billions of pounds. Here's Rags Martel.
This was her dream home once, but for Courtney Hodgkiss, living here is now a nightmare. Explain, what's it like to be a cladding victim?
I'm disabled. I don't live on the ground floor. If something happens and our building goes up, what happens to me? We have no plans in place. Nobody seems to care.
So this is your flat?
Yep.
Courtney bought her home in 2016, a year before Grenfell.
So it's a nice balcony.
By 2018, the building in Islington was found to have many fire safety issues. But a dispute with her landlord means nothing has been done to fix the problem in 6 years.
It's awful. You know, I was having panic attacks in the first few years of this being an issue. Whenever it would come on TV, I'd break out in a cold sweat and I'd be unable to eat. It's really, really frightening. I really don't want to get upset, but I might. And to be punished for it like this is just awful.
The building safety scandal started here at Grenfell, where 72 people died in a building wrapped with flammable material. That was almost 7.5 years ago, but it's now thought it would take at least another decade until all other buildings are made safe. A report by the National Audit Office also reveals fixing the cladding crisis won't be cheap, estimating a cost of £16 billion. It also warns that 60% of buildings needing to be fixed still have not been identified. And here in London, the fire brigade says there are almost 1,300 buildings that need work that they know of. It's called the cladding building scandal. What does that mean?
Well, actually, I mean, it's about people's lives, isn't it? It's about people in their own homes being able to feel safe, being able to go to bed at night knowing that they're safe. Now imagine that going on for 2 decades of being unsafe in your home, being unable to move, even if you can't afford to live in your home anymore, if you need to move for a new job, if you need to move for health reasons, being really trapped. Today, the Home Secretary called on landlords to do more.
Honestly, those who own buildings have no excuse not to be taking action on this dangerous cladding. And the Deputy Prime Minister is taking this immensely seriously. We do need to see responses from the owners of buildings right across the country.
I love my flat, but I would also really like to feel safe.
Back in Islington, Galliard Homes, the developer, told us it's coordinating with the government before confirming a proposed remediation plan for the building.
I'm furious, I'm desperate, and nobody's helping us.
But for cladding victims like Courtney, the wait to live in a safe home continues.
Rags, is there any chance that this latest report will spur things on?
Well, for cladding victims, this National Audit Office report contains no surprises. As we've reported for the last 7 years, work to fix the problem is far too slow. And as we found out today, we still even don't know how big the problem is. But one thing has changed. There's a change in government and a change in philosophy, maybe, perhaps. But as we heard last week in the Labour budget, there isn't a spare 16 billion lying around to fix the problem. So this Grenfell story very much stays the same. Talk of change, but in reality, very little action.
OK, Rags, thank you.